Okay, now before we start off the recipe series, we have to talk about the three treasure philosophy of Chinese herbalism. And I really feel like this is like a navigational outview that we can use to actually navigate our entire health quest. And so the three treasures is just really an amazing concept that really synthesizes all aspects of health. And it basically goes like this. You have your qi, you have your jing, and you have your shen. And these are all energetic and also physical expressions of your state of being, your state of health, your state of harmony or disharmony, as the case may be. And so it's a very easy way to distill out where you or maybe someone you're working with as a coach is resting at in their health experience, their health journey. And so qi is basically the immediate energy. Qi is firepower. Qi is like it's electrical current. It's the electrical charge in your body. It's electrolytical charge, I guess is the best way to say it. It's that immediate energy. It's the animation of your body, your ability to move around, right? It also has to do with digestive fire, digestive health, and it has to do with blood flow and building healthy blood, and neurological function as well. The quickness, the wit, the blood flow that goes to your brain, that all has to do with qi. And then we have jing. Jing is like your primordial life force energy. And Jing is a very large topic. You have prenatal Jing and you have postnatal Jing. Prenatal Jing is the genetic gifting that you receive from your parents and your grandparents, and the genetic replication or the genetic gifting that you receive from your entire lineage that's born into you prenatally. As you're developing as in the womb and before you're birthed, it's pure potential, essentially. It's the potential of everything that you can and will become as a human being. And then there's postnatal Jing, which that you build and cultivate and receive over your lifetime, especially in the formative years of your life. So a mother's placenta, for example, would be pure prenatal Jing material. And the mother's breast milk would be pure postnatal Jing material. So if you're having a baby or you are raising a baby or you're coaching somebody like that, very important perspective to have on that is certain foods and certain substances are very Jing concentrated. Placenta, mother's breast milk are pure Jing foods. And that's a large topic. It's basically like, from a physical perspective, the material aspect of Jing is your adrenal glands, it's your kidneys, it's the bone marrow, your stem cells, your enzyme bank account, it's your spinal fluids, your cerebral spinal fluids, it's your seminal fluids, right? It's your vaginal fluids if you're a woman. If you're a man, it's your seminal fluids. It's your brain tissue. The physical tissue of your brain is Jing. And then there is Shen. And Shen is spirit. Shen is emotional composure. It's the radiance and the luminosity of your personality. So when you see somebody that is very light, they have a levitative quality about them, they're not weighed down by life, they're very light, then they have a high Shen expression, right? That's the point of health, by the way, from a Chinese perspective and an Ayurvedic perspective, I've imagined too, is that we want to express more radiance and more shine and more glow, right? That's why when we do juice cleansing, you tend to have a glow. We call that the raw food glow. When someone goes from processed food or even cooked vegan food into a raw food diet, their skin starts to clear up and they start to glow and illuminate, right? Really interesting thing that I found out over the years about that. It's basically Shen expression, and everything that we do from a health perspective has to be leading us towards more happiness, more joy, more grace, ease, and flow, and that all has to do with the expression and cultivation of Shen. One more example that I want to point out about this is that to further understand the three treasures, look at the example of a candle. Now you have the candle and you have three components of the candle. You have the wax, and the wax is your Jing. Again, your Jing is pure potential, but if you're not careful, you can burn out the wax very quickly, especially earlier on in your life. When you're in your teenage years, you're in your 20s, even early 30s, you can get away with a lot more indiscretions in your lifestyle. But as soon as you hit 30, especially you hit like 35, things start to tank out. This is why we have a whole epidemic of menopausal symptoms among women, and they think that menopause is actually a normal thing. It's not a normal thing, and it doesn't have to happen the way that people expect it to happen when your hormones basically tank out altogether. You have adrenal exhaustion, adrenal wipeout, you feel fried, and you just can't get with it like you did when you were younger. That has to do with burning out the candle at both ends. And the flame of the candle is your chi. And remember, if you cultivate your chi, and you don't let your flame go wild, and you have good composure, and you have patience, and you're disciplined, and you conserve your energy, then that flame stays centered. And you can develop what's called the eternal flame, the inextinguishable flame. But if you're just going wildly, you're not disciplined, you're not conservative, and you're just using your energy wildly, you're going to burn. Not only will that fire go wild, and it could have the propensity to be destructive in the world, but it's also going to burn out your battery pack very quickly. And then you have the Shen. So if you look at a flame on a candle, look at the flame very closely, you will notice an luminosity on the outskirts of the flame. That little bit of bluish, almost purple tint on the outside of the flame is Shen. It's a subtle energy, a subtle radiance of one's personality. It's their passion for life. And so when you have these things worked out and you operate your life in a certain way, then you can cultivate and nourish the three treasures. And I believe this is the best analogy or the best philosophy I've ever found about health, wellness, and vitality and longevity.